Hello again, everyone. It's Ariel Hawani. Hope you're doing well. Of course, we're being joined by the man who is the talk of the town in the world of mixed martial arts. Everyone talking about Jorge Masvidal. What an unbelievable weekend for him. 3 days ago, he was not scheduled to fight at UFC 251. Now, in just 6 days' time, he's about to fight for his very first UFC title. He's in Las Vegas right now, quarantining. He's kind enough to join us for a few minutes here. Jorge, thank you so much, and congrats on getting the fight.
It's always a pleasure to be on the show with you. We go back ways, so I mean, I have to like break the news with you here, right? Isn't it the way it should be?
I think so, and I appreciate that you haven't forgotten about me since we've been talking for so many years. So let's get into this. This is crazy. When you found out that Gilbert Burns was out, did you or your team reach out to the UFC, or did they reach out to you? How did this all start?
Let me ask you a question. What do you think happened? What do you think? How do you think it was? I just want to just out of curiosity. Is Corporate Jake gonna cut in here and like, hey, you have
No,
5 minutes left?
no, we
Okay, good.
got we got we
So
got
I
all
could
night,
ask you
baby.
questions today.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go.
Okay, good, good. So what do you think I called them or they called me? You know me pretty good.
I think they called you.
Bingo.
Did they call you Friday or Saturday?
Uh, when did we initially? I'm gonna say, I think Saturday. Saturday
And how
was
did it go?
preliminary one, and Sunday, no, for Friday night. I'm sorry, I'm thinking. I'm all messed up because I've been traveling. Friday nights when they called. Saturday was the deal was in place. Now I had to, not have Corona, be able to get to a certain place in a certain time, which was here in Vegas. So I passed all these certain steps, and I still got more steps to pass. I still got to go to Abu Dhabi. Everybody has to get retested again, and all this craziness. So we're doing good right now because we're all quarantined and distancing. Everybody has their own hotel room. I'm not hanging out with nobody, just at the gym, and then that's it. Everybody's right back to the room, ordering food to the room. So we're gonna make it there just fine. So yeah, the fight was maybe Saturday, like around 7-8 p.m. is when the fight was becoming a reality.
Okay, so obviously this was supposed to be the main event, and then you guys were really far apart, and they moved on and went with Gilbert. When they reached out, were you still very far apart, or
Yeah,
because we were on? So how did it get done? How were the negotiations?
we had to break them down. That's why some people don't seem too happy as they were announcing it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to talk about it too much. You can see it in their face, a little bit of anger and anguish. But I'm gonna do my job always, which is provide for me and my family. I'm not gonna give a what anybody says, what this guy says, that guy says. I've been in this business a while. I know what I generate. We know what we generate. It's a numbers game. The numbers are there. It's not I think I deserve this. No. I see on paper what I bring in. We know, me and my team know what I deserve. So when we got undercut and lowballed, all right, cool, no problem. Let's see what happens. I told my manager, told several people, I go, guys not gonna like that they're with me. Watch at the last moment, they're probably gonna call me back, and some craziness is gonna happen. And I told that the several people that are very, very close to me, and sure enough, bam, it happened. Now I didn't get exactly what I wanted, but I got very, very close to it. So I'm taking the fight.
Are you happy ultimately with the
Yeah,
deal?
yeah. I'm happy more than anything because I get to break this guy's face and get paid for it. But one thing I'm not gonna do, which I've done a long part of my career, is get underpaid. That's not gonna happen no more. Not from here going forward. Since I came back from Hexagon after the Till fight, me and my management sat down. We discussed the numbers where I needed to be at, and we needed to hit those very quick. We're not there yet, but we're headed in that direction. So moving forward after this fight, they're gonna treat me accordingly, or I'll just step in last minute, 6 days to go, and then get paid then. I guess this is the new scheme I have to do, whatever. But I'm gonna get paid every time out. And I want to thank you, Ariel, for not being a company man, for speaking from your heart, from speaking from not like a position of oppression, like a lot of other guys in the UFC horsemen, which I'm not going to mention. I'm on the show making famous, but we know who these company guys are that after they're done fighting, they're going to just work for the UFC. So they always opinionate towards the UFC, or guys that used to fight in the UFC, and just their opinions are always to protect the UFC and trying to make fighters like me and myself, because I'm not the only one doing this or going through this. Like we're lunatics, like we're crazy, because it's just I'm not asking for them to pay me something outrageous. No, I'm asking you to just give me more money of what I do bring in off the pay-per-view side, and that's what we were fighting for. And we came to a pretty good deal, so I'm happy right now. I'm
And
not gonna
so
complain about the current deal, but the initial deal, with Gilbert Burns. I mean, with what's his face's name was a deal on the pay-per-view end and on the guarantee side. So I have two negatives. I could understand you don't want to give me that much on the guarantee, but on the pay-per-view, what I bring in, what people purchase, I want more money of that, and they weren't budgeting with that. Neither was I. So all this craziness had to happen for them to come to their senses.
Did you agree to just a one fight situation, a one fight deal, or do you have a whole new contract with the UFC now?
You know how it is, bro. You want to get paid, you got to sign a 10-fight contract every time, man.
Right.
So,
So I'm wondering, because you're one of the first big names in the history of the sport to really talk about the business over the past month. You tweeted a lot about things that you were unhappy with that didn't only pertain to you, but pertain to a lot of other people. And now that this is done and you're fighting for the belt, are you going to stop talking about that stuff, or do you feel like you still have to talk about that now more than ever you have to talk about it? Like, what's your mindset like now?
I'm gonna speak always from the heart. There's no filters on my tongue. So I'm just, if you ask or the next reporter asks, I'm just gonna say what I've seen with my eyes through the sport. I'm not a guy that's been here 2-3 years. I'm a guy that's been here quite some time. I know the sport very well, the ins and outs, from the management side to the show business side. I know it very, very well. This is something that I do day and night. So I know where I should be at, and not just me, but I want to see my brothers and sisters in the sport also get paid what they deserve. Does that mean a pay bump for everybody? No, no, no. But there's a lot of people that do deserve more money, and I wouldn't mind seeing all these individuals get what they deserve.
Were you worried in the midst of all of this, once they moved on, that the relationship would be severed, or that they would put you on the shelf for a long time, that you wouldn't fight, that you wouldn't be able to
No,
capitalize on the momentum of last year?
no, no, no. My sponsor, which is the greatest sponsor I've ever had, is too powerful, man. God's just too good to me. So I knew instantly. I said something similar to my management when the Kevin Gastelum fight got taken away from me and they gave him to Donald Cerrone. I said the same thing to my teammates management. I was like, man, watch. That's gonna bite him in the ass for doing me dirty like that. Because I had signed to fight Gastelum, and Gastelum had signed to fight me. And then 5 weeks later, they pulled him to have him fight Cowboy in New York. And guess what? Kevin didn't make the weight. I ended up getting the fight with Cowboy, and that's history. So it's just something that I'm like, man, you can't. God doesn't like when people pick on me. So not worried. And if the relationship would have got messed up or gotten better, it doesn't matter. I'm speaking from the heart, and it is what it is. And I don't like Dana going out there and kind of undercutting me and saying, yeah, Gilbert this, that, he definitely deserves a fight. When they had promised me the fight before the Ben Askren fight, they told me, you beat Ben, you have the next title shot. Well, I did that, and I beat Nate, and I still don't get the next title shot. What's going on? And so of course, not that I was upset, but I wasn't gonna hold no words back or no punches back, and I was just gonna say the truth.
Since agreeing to the deal, have you talked to Dana? Have you tried to clear the air, or
I
has he
don't,
tried
I
to
don't,
clear?
I don't talk to Dana. My management talks to Dana. I don't have nothing personal against Dana, nothing, but that's not my job. I pay my management lots of money to handle these things, lots of money, and they know it. And so I don't feel I should be doing. That's not my job. I talk to my management every day, but I don't need to talk to nobody over there. It's pointless for me. I don't need to be your friend or your enemy. All you need to do is pick up the phone call. My management calls, and that's it. Get the deal done. I don't need to talk to nobody like that.
How would you describe the state of the relationship now between you and the UFC?
They love me. I just say masses. What do you mean? I'm literally favorite person in the whole world right now. Maybe after this weekend, they might move on to somebody else. Who knows? But think about it. Who the else was going to step in? They were going to lose their main event in 6 8 notice. There's some coward, some fragile dude that's always walking around talking politics in my division. They were saying he was going to jump in, but they offered him a good amount of money, and he didn't because he's always talking. And then people just are reposting, retweeting him, and like, oh, this guy was willing to step up the fight. The only guy that was willing to step up and fight in 6 8 notice, cut 20 pounds of weight, travel overseas, and murder this idiot was me.
So does that mean that right now you weigh around what, 190 or so?
Uh, I was like 192 on 4th of July, which was what, yesterday?
Yeah.
192 yesterday. I got some workouts in today. The weight's dropping.
Okay.
It's a work in progress.
They moved on around a month ago. Did you stop training or did you keep going? Like, did you have
No,
that
they
premonition?
moved on like maybe like 5 weeks ago is when they
Okay.
moved on. You know, when we were ready and you're like, all right, it's not happening. Now I never stopped training. I'm always training, but I'm not always in the gym doing the specifics. And especially since I didn't have a fight, I didn't have an opponent. I didn't know who was gonna win the fight. I didn't know what deal they were gonna get me back. I didn't want to burn myself out in the gym, just being in the gym, doing double legs and punching the bag and doing the pass, because I've been doing that since a child. Since I'm 8, 9 years old, I've been doing that. So what I did was I was going to the gym around 2, 3 times a week, and then the rest just doing other things like whether lifting weights, playing spike ball, running on the beach, or just doing sprints, anything to just keep me in shape. So every day I was just doing something to keep me active, but I wasn't in the gym every day doing the same repetitive stuff because I knew I didn't have a fight. So July 11th, I wasn't gonna know which way I was gonna go. So I wasn't training like if I had a fight camp. So if you ask me, are you in shape? Because it's probably the next question. Maybe not to fight Ben Askren. I'm not in Ben Askren shape because he's a hell of a wrestler, or even fight a guy like Darren Till. But am I in shape for this bum that I'm about to decapitate and baptize? Hell yeah, I've never been.
So there's no part of you that says, I wish I had 3 more weeks or a month or anything like
No,
that.
no.
This is
There's a part of me that says if I see him right now in the hallway, I'll break his face, you know. But I won't because I'm not gonna get paid for it. So don't worry.
right.
I'm gonna wait till whatever the date is that I'm fighting this guy, but I don't need an extra day or an extra hour, an extra minute for this individual.
Obviously, this fight, as you probably know, the news exploded, right? Everyone can't wait. There's nothing really going on in the world of sports.
Damn right they can't wait. You know why? Because I bring violence, man, and that's what people want to see. That's it. It's not because I'm so handsome. It's because they want to see this violence I bring.
But at its core, why don't you like Kamaru Usman? Why do you want to break his face?
What type of question is that?
Like for
Have you not seen him speak? How he speaks about everybody. Everything is just negativity and downplaying people. Uh, the type of person I am is, man. And a wise man also said this quote to me. Broke it down in a much better way that I could break it down for everybody listening. We're not the type of people that I'm gonna dim your light to make mine's brighter. No, I'm just gonna make my light as bright as I can. And this man's constantly been throwing this at me for a while, and man, I just don't believe anything he says. I know the coward that he is. I've known this guy for quite some time. He's in South Florida. He's the guy that's coming up asking for pictures 4 or 5 years ago. Now you're this thug life guy. I don't believe it, man. You're at my fight after I handle business and break a record like this. And then when they're asking you questions, you're saying, who is that guy? I don't know who that is. A couple months later, when you punch drunk already, buddy, what's going on? You're at my fight like this, looking like some porn star. Now you don't know who the I am. You're fake as. And on our given date, I'm gonna get to prove it to the world just how not real you are. You know.
has it occurred to you that exactly 1 year ago Monday you knocked out Ben Askren, and a year later you're flying to Abu Dhabi for your first UFC title fight? Isn't that
No,
amazing?
it didn't occur to me till Abraham read the post that you put that up there, and it's an amazing feeling, and it's written out by God. It's not something that I could even make up. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's God's plan. You know.
Yeah, and also an amazing thing, like your journey has been very different than most, right? We all know about the story in the McDonald's drive-through. You get the call to fight Ray, 19 years old, Miami backyard, and here you are, 17 years later, right? Almost 2 decades in the game. One of the most amount, other than Alistair Overeem, to have fights and finally get a title fight in the UFC. I mean, it's an incredible thing. Are you thinking about all these things now? Are you thinking about the
Oh
journey,
yeah.
or
Oh
what's
yeah.
going through your mind?
More than ever, the journey's been amazing. I really these last like 8, 9 weeks, as we were debating for the fight or not, it was like, man, if I get the fight, awesome. If I don't, whatever, not awesome. But you know, I'm not gonna be bummed about it because this journey has been so good to me. My life has been so amazing, so blessed from where I came from to where I'm at right now, and how good I'm able to take care of the people around me. Man, I'm blessed, man. I love my life. That's why I could do what I do at such a high level for so long, because I love what I do and I truly feel blessed. God has chosen me for a couple of things, and I've had an amazing life, man. So I was just going through like memory lanes, looking through pictures, old fights, which is something that I don't do. And I don't live in the past too much for things like that. And man, I had to do a doctor's exam today. And for some reason, when I sat in that chair, I remember the first time I ever did an eye exam. I think it was like 16. I was doing an amateur kickboxing match at 15, something like that. And I've forgotten about this memory for like 10 years, but it must have been a smell in the place or something that just reminded me of that. And it took me on a whole memory lane till my next journey, which was my first pro fight and all these things. So it's just an amazing journey, man, that I've been on, and I'm thankful for it.
Two last things, if I can. Number one, when you were having your
What, did
issue.
corporate Jake already give you a signal or something?
No, it was Abe. Abe told me 5 minutes. We're to 15. Listen, I'll go 45 minutes with you if I can. If you're not stressed for time, I'll go all day. But I feel like
If they're good ones, give them to me. So you run out of
okay.
good questions.
All right, all right. Let me ask you this: when you were going through your issues with the UFC, there was really only one guy publicly who had your back and who said that the Gilbert Burns fight wasn't the legit title fight. You know that it was, right?
Oh yeah, Nate. Because that's another real. Though he said I wanted to quit in the fight, which we all know Gamebred will never do that. That's a real. And I always say Nate's a bad man.
So, and even today he commented on the fight. So would it be fair to say if all goes well next weekend, will he be the first title defense?
There's two guys that are on my radar heavy, and Nate is definitely one of them. Because no matter what, it was a good fight, and me or the world didn't get the results that we wanted. I know Nate obviously wants to run it back. I'm telling you, if I'm speaking from the heart, I want to run it back. So when I get this title, would nothing be better than to give him the opportunity he gave me to fight for his BMF belt? Come on, come fight for this belt now. And I'll hand him over the favor. Another dude that we're definitely gonna be scrapping at some point is Thompson. Not because of nothing personal. I got nothing but love and respect for this individual. But I would just love to run it back. I think I could definitely do better than that night that we first met. I think I match up well, man. I would love to run it back with Thompson. So that's definitely something that'll be happening.
But
Promises made, promises kept.
that's right. The BMF versus the NMF.
Yes, sir.
That's right. By the way, speaking of the BMF, is that title on the line Saturday?
You got to be a BMF to put that title on the line. I'm fighting the dorkiest man. It doesn't go that way, bro.
Is it true that you are not flying on the charter plane to Abu Dhabi? That you're
No, yeah,
going?
that is true. I'm not flying on the charter plane to Abu Dhabi.
Why not?
A couple reasons. It's against policy, I think, to have a wild animal like myself in a situation that could endanger the lives of others. You know what I'm saying? Let me not say others. Of this one idiot only. You know who I'm talking about.
I just saw the video of you and your dad from last year, the Father's Day video. They reposted it again, and in the video, your father calls you his champion.
Yeah.
But you at the time weren't the BMF champion and certainly not the UFC champion. Have you allowed yourself to think about what it would feel like to give him that UFC title, the guy who, helped bring you up and believed in you that you were going to be a champion all these years? Have you thought about that?
I've been thinking about that since I was like 15, 16, giving that title to my father and my mother. Though my mother's not like she likes to watch the fights and stuff, she's still part of the journey in a huge way. So I just can't wait to return home with that belt, give it to him and that's it, Hell yeah. I don't even want to think about that right now. I'm gonna get like sensitive.
No, I mean you got emotional in that video as well, so I can't imagine what that's going to feel like.
Yeah, it's gonna be a I mean, he went on Friday night. I don't know if, yeah, I think Friday night the news broke that Gilbert was out of it. And I looked at my dad. I said, man, I want this dude up, man. I'm gonna step in there. He said, no, I don't like this. I've been training like that. And I'm like, come on, man. This guy's a bum. He's like, you right. Go get the fight. I was like, okay. So we started, playing the phone tags for the UFC because they were calling, and then we started calling back and this and that. And then I told him I got the fight when it was like Saturday night. I told him I got the fight, called his ass up, and I got some good news for you. And I love to piss his ass off. So he was like, what is it? I can't tell you. I got people around me. you know, there might be some spies in the room. He's like, go to the bathroom and tell me, no. I'll tell you when I get home. What do you call me then? And tell me this. Why don't you just tell me right now? So I made him wait like 2 hours till I got home. He's like, what are you going to say? And then I gave him the news and he's balling up and going nuts.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
The odds makers have you as a 3-1 underdog. How do you feel about that?
It's get paid time, baby. Oh, you know what that means. You know, your boy's a gambler, and I gamble on myself more than anything other in this world. Shout out to those odd makers. Thank you. I appreciate this payday.
So
Thank
you will bet on yourself. Okay.
you. That's a question you didn't. You know that, Ariel.
I just did. I didn't know if you like to do it. Maybe a superstitious thing. You know what I mean?
I'm superstitious about betting on myself.
And just curious, what do you say? Because the big narrative today has been no training camp, no wrestling. He's going to take you down. He's going to grind you, cardio. What do you say to those people who feel like, it's just not a good matchup for Jorge?
Tune in and find out. But to those people, let me address something because I've been getting a lot of like fan mail and like mail. Some of it has been real positive. Some of it is that wishy-washy positive. Like if somebody doesn't like me and throughout my career they just don't like me, I could agree to disagree, or I could, just because I disagree with you, not have a problem with you. But what I don't like is I've been getting a lot of fans like, man, I thought you were scared of him. I was wrong, bro. I'm back on the game bread train. I'm such a big fan. You were never a fan. You were never nothing to me. Don't need you tuning into this fight or nothing like that, man. To those that don't like me and just generally don't like me, that's different. I'm not a cup of tea for everybody. But those wishy-washy people, you don't send me fan mails telling about you're my fan and stuff, or that I was scared, or that I was being bougie trying to hold out for money. Damn right, I'm trying to get paid. And now people are like, obviously this guy's not scared of him. He's fighting him in 6 days. Never was scared of him. There's not a man that God has created that I've ever been scared of. Why would it be this guy? Has like 2 knockouts on his record. I got more knockouts than this guy has fights. You know what I'm saying? Why would I be scared of this guy? Boy, if people would have told me you're scared of Darren Till or something like that, maybe, but why would I be scared of this guy? So I just can't wait in there. I can't wait to get in and improve it. And as far as the wrestling goes, I love it that they're saying that this guy's a high level grappler, because I have one clear thought of his skill level and how good he is and how good he's not. And I don't think he's going to match up well with me. And I love it that most of the hard critics, a lot of the hardcores are thinking that he's going to win. He's going to walk through me. I love it, because after I beat him, they'll say he was overrated. They'll say the usual propaganda they've been saying, because since I came back, all of a sudden, all my wins at welterweight don't really count. I beat this guy, beat that guy who was undefeated. They're like, yeah, that doesn't really matter. All right, let's see. Let's find out come July.
Come July 11th, in just a matter of days. And so how do you see it playing out? Could you give us a preview? How do you see it actually going down?
Me baptizing his ass in front of the whole world.
So you think you knock him out?
Cold-blooded as can be. His body's grasping for air as I got my hand raised over him. Just gonna baptize him, man, for the world to see. It's gonna be violent.
Early or late?
It's gonna start violent. It's gonna end violent. I don't know. First round, 5th round. I don't know, but it's gonna, just like I said in the Nate and Till and the Askren fight and every fight I've ever been a part of, I'm gonna give it everything I have in my being to leave this guy unconscious and for a long time. Now, I don't like to just touch that little button and then they go to sleep and then they wake up and they're like trying to wrestle with the referee. No. You know me, I like to hold that button down. I want to make sure that when you come back to this world, you're spaced out. You're in an ambulance headed somewhere, and your cornerman got to tell you what happened because you got no recollection of it. And especially with a guy like Usman, I wouldn't mind if the referee trips on the way to stopping me and I get in a couple extra shots,
And so finally, you leave tomorrow, right? You leave Monday?
I think so.
All right.
That's right.
What a
Yes, sir.
saga, man. What a saga this has been. It's been unbelievable.
Yes,
Battling
sir.
the UFC, losing the title fight, getting the title fight back, and it sounds like you're happy. I think they're happy as. It's just an amazing thing.
Oh, they're even happier than me because they know they're about to make some good money, you know, make some good numbers. So they're happier than me.
I think the pay-per-view is going to do a little better than the original, just given your popularity and what this story has become. So, congratulations, Jorge, on getting the fight, my man. Truly very happy for you. Can't wait to see it go down in a matter of days, essentially 5 days from right now. And safe travels over to Abu Dhabi. I'm happy that you passed your first test. You still got a few more to go, but it sounds like yeah, we're on the path now. So congrats on getting the deal. Good luck the rest of the way, and good luck on Saturday, Jorge. And thanks for doing this, my man. I appreciate it. I know it's been a long day for you, but really appreciate it as always.
I don't think I have to ask. I'm pretty sure I'll be a guest on your show Monday with my new belt and
Hey,
talking, bro.
I can't wait.
Now,
We'll have
corporate Jake, not to start with the low. We've had Masvidal here too much already. Just relax. We'll come
yeah
back on Monday. We'll do the show like usual. You know, the usual, man. Nothing crazy.
a little pancakes, a little syrup, like
I'll
last year.
definitely I'll be picking my ass out on Monday because right now I'm like on a super fast, super lose the weight mode. So I'm not eating for a little bit. You know.
I hear you. Well, you
Yes,
just got
sir.
a few more days.
Yeah, I'll be
Enjoy.
all right.
Good luck. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.